Hi, I'm Din.
Hi, my name is Ahmed.
Hey, I'm Jim.
What's up? I'm Danny.
We went through Renison College looking for the best piece of art to talk about, and we ran into some trouble. Each of us were attracted to different pieces, and we couldn't decide among ourselves which one is the best. So today we're going to have a roundtable talking about the pieces that mean the most to us. And hopefully from this discussion, with information, we can come up with a better idea of what is the best piece of art in Renison College.
My favorite piece of Renaissance-inspired art is a piece by Wendy Fletcher, Dr. Wendy Fletcher. She's the president and the principal of Renison University College. And what I love about the piece is it's contemporary. And contemporary art, in general, makes the viewer interpret the painting differently. And each viewer has a different interpretation. So when I look at the painting, I think of the dragon during the Chinese New Year parade. You can just imagine hearing the sounds of crackling fireworks that can be heard from miles through the laughter of jovial people that fills the air like the smells of freshly made street food. Not everyone associates imagery of celebration with this painting. I did a survey and I got people's opinions about the piece of art, and people's opinions, what they associated with the image, range from angry and aggressive to passionate and spiritual. So that's why I think this piece is really good, because everyone can view it differently.
And even within that, just by you telling your views, we all kind of get a sense of it. And for me, I grew up in a culture where we did see these fireworks, or we did see the dragons. I've been to countries where I could smell the street food. So when you described it, I felt like I was there. I'm actually really hungry right now.
No, same.
Yeah.
Alright. So, the painting I chose is from the Lucy Wong Library. This painting depicts like twin swallows flying through the air. They are flying next to a blossoming tree. The swallows are a symbol of good luck, and I find it's really appropriate that they're in the library where students go and study for like exams or like work on final projects. So they have like good luck to get good grades.
Yeah, the blessing of Renison.
Yeah. The painting itself is a traditional bird and flower painting. Despite the name bird and flower paintings, it's not always just like a bird and a flower. It can be like a fish, an insect, they can be in a pond. So like, instead of a flower, it has like a blossoming tree. It's very apparent in Chinese and Japanese culture, these type of paintings. And I really like the composition of the artwork itself. The tree is like more faded than the color of the swallows. So it really like brings out like the subject matter of like the swallows flying through the air.
The fall is my favorite season, and so is this painting. I think that this painting is superior. Now, it might not have the spirit that some of the other pieces of artwork does, but it definitely has the skill and artistic value behind it. Now, this painting was done by the late principal of St. Paul, Dr. Alan McLaughlin. You can find his other work scattered across campus, but mostly his works are in St. Paul since he was the late principal of St. Paul. I love how the tree in the foreground glows like it's on fire. You can really feel the heat radiate off the tree. The artist uses a combination of many different styles. He uses sharp strokes for the dark lines and the tree trunk and branches as well. And then he switches to a dabbling style for the leaves. You can notice that the leaves have this refined edge compared to the branches and the trunks. And for the dirt road, the artist may have used a dry brush to create that multicolored effect you notice. The hills and the tree are contrasted by the creamy blue sky in the background. And I love how you don't see this at first, but there's just this crystal clear lake peeking over the hills on the horizon in the picture. This piece of art just reminds me of the first day on campus in fall. The trees' colors match the trees that day, and this picture just really brings me back to the beginning of my warrior career. Take a closer look, you'll even notice the pencil markings and eraser markings from the artist.
Oh, wow. And this is such a Waterloo connection to it, too.
Yeah.
I'm amazed right now at how different each of our art is.
Yeah.
The backgrounds, the significance it is. But I want to bring us back to the spirit of Renaissance for my piece. We all know that that sculpture in front of the old entrance with the two tree trunks, with the cross behind it. That's called a bas-relief sculpture, and it was created by an artist named Nicholas Reese. And what's interesting is that piece doesn't have a name. Somewhere within the whole process of creating it, the name it was just never given a name. I want to start off with a quote by Nicholas Reese that really captured my attention and for me really embodies that piece of art. On the phone, he told me, "The artist is never the sole creator, something else is usually working through them.
Mm.
I believe that the spirit of Renaissance itself was working through Nicholas Rees when he was creating that piece. I think that it guided the whole process from the conception to just how it all went together. I'll tell you the story of it, of how it was created, and maybe you can kind of see where I'm coming from as well. Now, the piece was commissioned by a woman named Deborah Clark, who worked in the School of Social Work. The two tree trunks that you see on that piece, one is a maple tree and one is a black locust tree. Those trees were originally planted around the same time the old Renaissance building was created in 1962. Right, so they're about the same age as the old Renaissance building. When the new Renaissance building was being built, the new wing here, they have to cut down the trees to make room for it. So Deborah Clark took the trees and arranged for them to have to be put into storage so that she may reuse it and turn it into something beautiful after. And so she called up this person named Nicholas Rees. And at the time, she didn't know he was an artist, right? She just knew that he knew how to do wood. Like she wanted to ask him about what the best use of these wood would be. And through coffee, she eventually found out that he was indeed an artist, and not only an artist, but a sculptor who could use the wood. And further, so he was in the perfect position already to create this art. But there's more. He is actually the son of the first president of Renaissance College. He was there when Renaissance College opened. He was there at the ceremony. He went to University of Waterloo. He has deep roots to Renaissance College, and all of this just is serendipitous. It's just all these series of coincidence, which there's a lot of coincidence. But so their idea for the art was that the tree trunks would be displayed, and that you can see the ring. And because the trees are as old as Renaissance, the rings signify Renaissance growth. So it's growth now, and it's growth in the future, and where it was in the past. There's something deeper to it. Written in its beauty is a story of Renaissance past. It's openly displayed there for passerbys to come by. These passerbys are the present of Renaissance, and it's just openly displayed so people can interact with it, unlike other arts that are just hidden behind a frame or are so fragile that it'll break into pieces, right? And each time a person enters the building, this art greets them, right? It tells them a story of the growth of Renaissance, and it will continue to do so for the time being and time to come. And so this bas-relief sculpture, in the end, it doesn't need a name because it is its name. It's Renaissance.
I just love how you can actually go up and touch the rings on the tree and feel the side of the tree, and you can really feel that, wow, this is a real tree. It's not just some plastic.
This is the hard part, because I don't think any one of us can really pinpoint what is the best piece, right? Because each of us are so attached, and there's just so many things brought up, from the imagery and the interpretation, just to the culture, and just to the artistic value. So I think we're going to leave it up to you. Comment through VoiceThread on what you think is the best piece, or if you have information on other pieces that you think are better, tell us. Let us know. We would love to hear from you and continue this discussion that we've started here.
You know what? Comment on your favorite piece, because there's no one best piece.
Like and subscribe. Leave a comment.